All right, so we have population growth rate here. We have this table. Spreadsheet's going to be a great way to analyze this. Things we need to know here, that the growth rate in 2010 was 1.1%, and that in 2010, there were about 6.9 billion people on the planet. And this is like yearly compound interest, but with people. So the new amount is going to be the starting amount times 1 plus r to the power t. In this case, our time is years. So years after 2010. Our starting amount, and so A is going to be in billions, so I don't have to write all those zeros out. So starting with 6.9 billion, so we're just going to enter 6.9 and assume all answers are in billions. And then my rate is 1 plus 1.1 as a decimal. Okay, so 1.1% is 1.1 over 100, which is 0.011. We're adding that to 1 here. 1.011 is my base. Parentheses are pretty optional there. So that's the formula I need to apply. And let's see, what letters do they want? They want it to say P equals. Okay, so they want not an A there, but a P here. And maybe I guess I'll call that A for the initial amount. So there's my P equals right there. So I got part B. To fill out the table, I'm just going to whip out my spreadsheet, and then I can easily extend the spreadsheet to 2020 and answer that question too. So spreadsheet time. New sheet. So on their spreadsheet, they were keeping track of the year, T, years after 2010, and the population in billions. And let's just realign those a little. All right, and I guess that could be a little bigger. So we've got 2010 here. That would be year 0. And I'm just going to type the 6.9 here. I could just use the formula also, that would work. Let's double check some things. Then they just want to go 2011, 12, 13, and then we're going to skip along to 2020. Okay. So 2011, 2012, 2013, and so on. Now, I could just type 1, 2, 3, and so on, or I could do a formula for it. So a formula here would be the current year minus 2010. And that'll give me my values for T there. Again, it'd probably be easier to type 1, 2, 3, but spreadsheet formulas are fun. Now the formula we just came up with was equals the starting amount. I'm just going to type the 6.9 times my growth multiplier was 1.011, and then raise with the hat button, shift 6, to T, not the year, T, very important. And then sure, we'll autofill that down. Couple options, we could do all the years up to 2020, or we could just jump straight to 2020 the way this formula is set up. So I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to throw 2020 in here. And since this is a formula and that's a formula, I can actually fill them down together and they'll both look at 2020 and make the right calculation. So 2020 is 10 years later. And this formula predicts if we stay with that 1.1% growth rate, that the population will be about 7.7 billion in 2020, which I think is pretty close to what the population is around now, even though we're in 2021. And again, you could have done that in a regular calculator. We just keep repeating the calculation of 6.9 times 1.011, and then you raise to whatever power you want. 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 10. But the spreadsheet's nice because it kind of puts it all together, records our work as we go.